Christmas Eve in Arizona, and it's raining. We talked to Ohio State players and coaches along with Clemson players and coaches on Tuesday. What did we learn from the Buckeyes? There's another video about Clemson. Nathan, what did you learn about Ohio State on Tuesday?
So obviously a lot of conversation today with Justin Fields about how he feels and what brace he's going to wear and what's going on with that knee. And I've got a story up on cleveland.com if you haven't already read it. But one of the things that I asked him was, are you kind of feeling some responsibility? It's probably not the right word, but do you want to be able to run the ball more so that J.K. Dobbins doesn't have to run the ball as much as he has been? And he dismissed that immediately. In fact, he said not only does he kind of welcome that, he could probably run the ball. He wants to run the ball 60 times. Which I thought was an outlandish statement. So I went and asked J.K. Dobbins. I said, could you run the ball 60 times? If they handed it off to you 60 times, would you be all right? Could you handle that? And he's like, absolutely. A kind of bring it on kind of mentality. So that's not going to happen. He's not going to run the ball 60 times. But I think it says something. It goes to how this what we saw from J.K. Dobbins late in the season, the workload that was on him was not anything out of what he kind of wants to be as a running back. And that could be an important thing because you don't know. They may have to resort to it just because of how good Clemson's defense is on Saturday.
Yeah, that could be what determines the game. Ohio State run game could be what determines the game. Steven, what'd you learn?
I learned that Chase Young might be the most passive-aggressive human being here. Doug, earlier this year...
Whoa, I don't know. I'm here.
He's giving you a run for your money. After the Northwestern game, you wrote a story after talking to him about him saying, I've never been to the playoff, and I've been here for 3 years. Obviously, they were in the playoff a month before he got here, and this was his opportunity to get there and taking full advantage. And so just the way he was talking about things, I decided to go, hey, man, early in the year you talked about not being able to get in the playoffs yet, and well, now you're here. And he the look in his eye and the way he talked about things, the way he kind of talked trash without talking trash. When I brought up the Jackson Carmen matchup and him saying, they can try to block me one-on-one if they want to. Just the way he's kind of talking about things, and it's been going on for a couple of weeks now. But today you can kind of see that he's been talking, hey, I've never been in the playoff and I just want that opportunity. Well, now I'm here and I'm ready to take full advantage of it. So he's real passive-aggressive. It's actually kind of entertaining to watch.
Brent Venables, the Clemson defensive coordinator, said that Justin Fields is Lamar Jackson-like with his ability to create out of the pocket and not just be a runner, not just be a thrower on the move, but to be both of those at once and be really super dangerous. He said Justin Fields was as good at that as anybody in college football, which I thought, if you're starting to throw Lamar Jackson around, that's kind of a big deal. And I was struck by listening to Greg Madison talk about this. It does feel like it's possible that Ohio State is as built as well defensively as any defense could be to deal with this Clemson passing attack. It doesn't mean you're going to stop them, but with a pass rusher like Chase Young, corners they believe in, and this kind of scheme, I think they have a belief of we can keep these guys from killing us and we can make them work, and that might be enough. And that's something that of course, you have Jeff Okudah and you have Chase Young. It's of course. But when you really start to think about it, it's not about stopping Trevor Lawrence in this Clemson passing game. It's about making them work for it. And I just think they think they can do that. And if they can do that, again, that's a path for Ohio State winning this game. It's going to be Christmas, I guess, tomorrow.
Merry Christmas.
So we'll see you guys then. And the game's on Saturday, and we'll be covering that too. So make sure you're watching and reading at cleveland.com.